What about the branding aspect of it, right? You talk about Swimnerd and how that kind of came about with your old advisor or someone at Old Dominion University. She called you a swim nerd. And then
Yeah.
you had colors that were unique to you and you stuck with it, even when some said, hey, we'll buy if it's this color. Like, talk roughly about the branding aspect of what you've done and why you were so pushy in that and being a little different.
I don't know about being pushy, but brand is a brand is an interesting thing, because you want to be able to look at the logo and instantly know what it is. You want it to be being a swim nerd is a thing that everyone says. It's using that terminology, that you're on the inside. So when people hear swim nerd, they kind of get a little joy in their hearts, I think, because there's so many of us out there that really do love swimming. So I was surprised that no one actually had created a company. I think we were just, it's still pretty early. It was early, like 8 years ago, when there wasn't much. I mean, heck, at that time, there was only like one swimming website that really produced like news media. Now Swam has gotten humongous. But yeah, I think we were just lucky enough. Like like I see swimprice.com up there. We got that URL. I don't know how we got that URL, but we go to Swimprice twice a day, every day, So yeah, the branding, I think we just gotta what? Oh,
it's ridiculous that swimpractice.com was not available. I mean, that's
stupid. Yeah, but it just shows you how far behind swimming still is, right? I mean, we've been testing out a live meet results software, and this will be like the first time where like most of these swim meets are actually thrown out into the cloud and the times are there, so you have a running timer. So instead of seeing the results after the fact, you're watching the results come in. So if there's 8 people in a lane, when they touch the touchpad, the splits pop up. And so you know who's in the lead and what the person's name is and what lane they're in, what place they get, and what their splits are. And that's something I've hounded swimming as a sport over since the beginning of my Twitter days. Even when I've traveled the world, I've gone to the World Aquatics Convention and I've stood up and I said, guys, I just don't understand how you're trying to market a sport without marketing the names and the times of the freaking people swimming. Like, what are we doing? Like, can we just get names and times? Like, can we start there and then maybe worry about getting into some fancy stuff?
I'm very passionate about that.
Well, that's the problem with the sport, is that a lot of the people that got into it to build these products, they don't have that passion and they never innovated. So swimming's been stuck in technological times. I'm talking about switching COM ports here. Like, it is ancient analog plugins all across everywhere. It's embarrassing, quite frankly,
Where do you want to take this in 5-10 years?
I want to sell out. No, Jeff Bezos said 2 things happen to businesses, and he kind of actually said something similar yesterday in Congress. He said every business does one of 2 things. They either go out of business or they sell. And I don't want to go out of business. So at some point, I think we will sell the business. But I want to just make sure it gets into really good hands. What I don't want to see happen is what's happened again in swimming, is that a swimming company pops up and gets bought by a private equity company. And the private equity company then just sits there and squeezes the ever-living profits out of this company and don't put a single nickel into R&D to help the sport grow and get it better. So in 5 or 10 years, I don't know how fast technology is going, but I want to get the swim practice marketplace figured out. That's my main goal. Make sure all the swimmers and coaches can communicate with one another, and just litter every single swimming pool with a Swimnerd pace clock, every single pool deck in every single country.
Love it.
Wonderful. Good luck over the next 5 to 10 years. Hopefully you'll be on the one side that's positive instead of the other side that Jeff Bezos said. You guys can determine which one you want Nate to be at. Nate, appreciate you being on the show today. If you guys are interested in buying a Swimnerd Pace Clock, go to swimpractice.com. Spelled normally, that's the URL, swimpractice.com.
Yeah.
And hopefully the Olympics will happen in 2021 so you can tweet away like crazy.
Yeah, fingers crossed, that something good comes out of the vaccine department or whatever. But yeah. So thanks for having me on, guys. It's good to see you guys.
Nate, it was fun. Until next time, y'all have a wonderful week. Peace and pancakes, y'all.
See